Social Security disability is an intricate and multifaceted area of law. For the scores of people who apply with little to no outside help, the process can be frustrating and overwhelming. The SSD application process is also unique because everyday people often try to handle it themselves. Generally, if you were going to court for any reason, you wouldn't choose to represent yourself in the courtroom. You would want someone with a degree and with experience, someone who had successfully handled hundreds of similar cases in the past. And yet so many people try to navigate their Social Security disability claim alone, often with limited success. Attorney Cynthia Berger is here today to give us an insider's look at the world of Social Security disability law and to explain how having an attorney on your side can streamline this rather difficult process. So Cindy, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Well, Cindy, some people think that Social Security disability is government-sponsored welfare. What do you say to them?
Nothing could be farther from the truth. Social Security is a program that you pay for when you work and pay Social Security FICA taxes. This is something that you pay for and that you can use if you are in this terrible situation where you cannot work and you need to make an application for Social Security disability benefits.
In talking about obtaining benefits, where does a disabled person start?
So you start by filing an application for benefits. And you can do this by going online and applying for Social Security disability, or you can call Social Security's toll-free number and they will set up an appointment for you to be called back by a representative from Social Security who will ask you questions to complete the application, or you can call my office. Many attorneys help people file applications for Social Security disability benefits, and people find that it's really helpful to them. As attorneys, our office explains questions that might sound confusing, that you're not sure what the answer might be, and we know the paperwork that's needed to complete the application, because it's not just the application itself. There are accompanying documents that need to be provided along with the application, and if the application is not complete, Social Security will not process it.
What kind of information will need to be provided to the Social Security Administration when applying?
So Social Security wants to verify your identity. So they're going to ask you a series of questions in addition to your name and Social Security number that they can use to verify that. Then they're going to ask you about your marital status and whether you have any children or not, and who your employers were and what kind of work you did last and how far you went in school. And only then will they get to what are your diagnoses and tell us who your doctors are, give us their contact information, and tell us if you've been in the hospital, which hospitals you've been in, and give us their contact information. They will also ask you to complete a disability report. That is a series of questions that talks not only about your diagnoses and doctors, but also about what your symptoms are and what your daily activities are.
Okay, and what if someone's application is denied? What do they do next?
Well, if you can't work and your application has been denied, the most important thing to do is file an appeal. Just reapplying over and over again probably will not change the results. You only have 60 days to file an appeal, so it's very important that you be on top of your situation and file that appeal promptly. After you file the appeal, the most important thing that you have to do is continue to see your doctors and do what they say.
Okay, so filing an appeal is different than just filing again?
Yes, it is. Filing an appeal allows your case to appear before a completely different person than the person that decided on your initial application. In addition to having a new person look at your case, additional medical records will be ordered, providing you stay in treatment. This gives Social Security much more information in order to hopefully favorably decide your case.
Cindy, can your firm help people that have not yet applied?
We help people apply for Social Security benefits every day, and we find that it's helpful to people to have their questions clarified about what some of these questions mean that Social Security is asking. We can help explain some of that, so we're happy to help people apply. We also help people, if they've been denied, we help them file their appeal, and we represent them throughout their appeal process.
How common is it for the applications to be approved?
Well, it's more common for the application to be denied. Generally, only about 30% of applications are approved. So that's not a very high percentage. People have a much better chance when they're denied of appealing their case and having a more favorable result, because the passage of time and the additional treatment have the ability to show Social Security just how bad your situation is.
And what kind of difference have you seen in percentages when someone gets a lawyer versus trying to do it themselves?
Well, Social Security's own statistics show that individuals do better at obtaining a favorable result in their Social Security disability claim if they have a lawyer working on the case.
And how is the lawyer paid?
The lawyer is paid on a contingency fee basis. And what that means is that the lawyer does not charge a fee at all unless your claim is approved. And if the claim is approved, the general fee is 25% of whatever your back benefit is, nothing out of your monthly checks. So if you get a back benefit, you have the funds to pay a lawyer. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay, that's very good news. What advice do you have for individuals facing extreme circumstances, such as homelessness or bankruptcy, while they wait for a decision?
Well, unfortunately, way too many people are in those dire circumstances, and it's terrible. There's not a lot of help for those people, unfortunately. And there's not a lot of social welfare programs that can fill the gap. Many times people are helped by their religious organizations that they belong to. Many times people are forced to seek help from their family or friends, or even move in with their family or friends. It's really, really sad and unfortunate. That situation could be helped if cases could move through the Social Security program more quickly. People would be out of work for a shorter period of time before their decision is made. The ability for Social Security to do that depends on Congress providing adequate funding so that they can hire adequate staff to do the job and move these cases along more quickly.
One final question, Cindy. How long does it typically take to get a decision regarding your claim?
Well, at the initial level, it takes probably about 5 or 6 months from the time you file an application in order to have a decision made on your case. And that is time that is required to process your application, read through all the materials, get medical records ordered, review those medical records, and get a decision made on your case. If that case is favorable, then it takes a few more months until you actually start getting your checks. If that is unfavorable, then you have to file appeals. And you're looking at longer wait times, sometimes as long as 18 months, sometimes even longer than that. It just depends on what the staffing levels at Social Security are, because they take cases in order.
Cindy, if someone wants to reach your office to get answers to their specific questions, how can they do that?
You can call our toll-free number, 1-800-999-2626, or you can go to our website, which is bergerandgreen.com, and you can submit your questions there, and give us some information about how to get in touch with you, and we would be happy to answer whatever questions you might have, all free of charge.
Cindy, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
This is Cindy Speaker for Pennsylvania Law TV.